I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather had an exhibition boxing match. And in this boxing match, ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing.
You know, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And I guess he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement. I'm pretty sure he took care of that. You know, and now he's chilling. Now he's saying to himself, you know, I'm damn 50 years old. I ain't trying to fight. No, I ain't trying to fight. Let's do an exhibition. You know what I mean? Like, this don't even make sense.
I want a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. He got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Stephen A. Smith sharply criticizes Floyd Mayweather for breaching the Manny Pacquiao fight contract. He says athletes naturally need money and earn it through their sport, but believes the way Floyd is now trying to make money is completely wrong.
I know you like to make money. You're never gonna stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Stephen A. Smith sharply criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr. over claims surrounding the Manny Pacquiao fight agreement, arguing that while athletes are expected to earn a living through their craft, the manner in which Mayweather is currently pursuing money is, in his view, fundamentally flawed and damaging to the integrity of the situation.
You and Mayweather, and he's saying it's going to be an exhibition, you saying it's going to be a fight, and the second part of the question is, how would you face him for the second time after first decision?
You know, that purpose of exhibition, that was long time ago, a year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight.
Manny Pacquiao stated that he signed exactly what both sides had agreed upon and emphasized that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has already received his advance payment, arguing that there is therefore no valid reason for him to avoid proceeding with a legitimate, fully sanctioned fight as originally planned.
He's not. But the thing I want to make you guys aware of is that when you get these advancements, you can put a non-refundable tag on these advancements. You can do that. Now, I don't know if Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money. It's basically free money. So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And
Timothy Bradley Jr. believes Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have accepted the advance payment to help settle financial obligations, and argues that his recent focus on exhibition bouts suggests the comeback is being driven more by financial motivation than by a genuine passion for competitive boxing.
In that department. But I don't want to hear a damn word about we don't want to give up.
Stephen A. Smith says the entire situation is now being driven primarily by financial considerations, arguing that given the reported financial pressure surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr., every major decision he makes seems to be influenced first and foremost by the need to address those money-related concerns.
I wasn't there, I don't know his business, but somehow, he's saying it did. I mean, well, he didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't know how he didn't catch on that this is the real deal Holyfield.
Do you think it could be possibly a publicity stunt to give some type of push to the promotion? I mean, I don't know, like when the announcement came out, I don't know if people were really too ecstatic for it.
I I mean, yeah, it's something that you would, you can use to your advantage to try to push the fight. It'll let people, it'll get ears and eyes on the fight for people that didn't know the fight was happening. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Because as a consumer looking in, you're like,
listen, man, I'm a fan of both guys, and I just want to watch it and see the fight happen. I mean, I'm a fan of boxing. I shouldn't say I'm a fan of both guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
as a consumer looking in, we're like, yo, is he like, what's the complaint? What's the problem here? Like, what are you scared of? Because is it your O? Is it your losing that O? Could be that it?
Of course. That's what it's all come down to. I mean, the O is like a 800 credit score. Globally, universally. You walk around with an 800 credit score with the O. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the O brings. It brings an 800 credit score for wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd he's done a great job with that. Great job. So of course he's gonna, show the roll on that O. I ain't mad at him. Smart guy. He understands.
Zab Judah suggests the situation could be a promotional tactic designed to generate hype around the fight, adding that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is no longer actively protecting his undefeated record because his legacy is already cemented and he has nothing left to prove in the sport.
I'm damn 50 years old. I ain't trying to fight. Nah, I ain't trying to fight. Let's do an exhibition. You know what I mean? Like, this don't even make sense. I'm 50, you 46. Bro, let's just be smart and do an exhibition. And I get it. Everybody saying, oh, well, he signed Tim for a real fight and all this stuff. I get it. And I'm not gonna argue that. He right. You signed Mayweather, damn it. You're supposed to be fighting for real, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just trying to give you a little insight on the stuff I know that could have happened, right? That could have happened. Maybe Mayweather was thinking like this. I don't know.
Timothy Bradley Jr. reflects on the situation by saying that at around 50 years old, facing someone like Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is 46, an exhibition might have originally made more sense from a safety and timing perspective, though he acknowledges many people expected a fully competitive fight and that agreeing to a deal with Mayweather meant committing to a serious professional arrangement. Bradley adds that Mayweather may have shifted his approach after receiving advance payments, suggesting the change could be financially motivated rather than driven by competitive passion, and he estimates he is about 80 to 90% confident it is a business-driven decision. He explains that in combat sports promotions, fighters and promoters often take calculated risks based on projected pay-per-view revenue and venue performance, which could help explain why such strategic changes sometimes occur even after contracts are signed.
He's pulling tricks out here. All the rumors and reports that Floyd Mayweather was going broke, he's just proving everybody right. But Floyd Mayweather is playing a very, very dangerous game right now, because he's playing with a company that is getting ready to squash him, and that's Netflix. You don't have the power to play games with Netflix. Floyd Mayweather agreed to the rematch September 19th. It's even on BoxRec. This is how you know it's legit. It's even on BoxRec. You can go to BoxRec. He agreed to a rematch with legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, and will be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Reports surrounding the proposed rematch have become increasingly intense, with some commentators suggesting that Netflix could be preparing legal action against Floyd Mayweather Jr. over claims that he accepted advance payments and is now attempting to step away from the agreed bout. According to these accounts, the situation is being framed as more than just speculation, with critics arguing that Mayweather could be exposing himself to serious consequences if he is found to have failed to honor the terms of the contract.
It is stamped every time you fight, and you have to bring your card to fight. If you don't have your boxing card, don't matter whether it's amateurs or pros, you can't fight. You need your boxing card. It's like your social security card, your birth certificate in the sport of boxing. BoxRec represents that. BoxRec is showing Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. It doesn't show exhibitions. it only shows real fights because it's been ciphered through boxing commissions, it's been ciphered through the state commissions, it's been ciphered through everything to make it legit. Floyd Mayweather agreed to this, got his advance money from Netflix, and now he's trying to run off with the bag. And now he's talking about, oh, we don't know what it is. It's going to be an exhibition bout. We don't know if it's going to be at the Sphere.
In boxing, updates like these are often interpreted as evidence that key regulatory and contractual steps have already been completed, which is why some observers are treating the situation as more credible than rumor, especially as criticism intensifies around the involvement of Netflix, a major global corporation with substantial legal and financial resources. Analysts suggest that disputes involving a company of this scale can escalate quickly if contractual obligations are not fulfilled, increasing pressure on all parties involved, including Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is now widely seen as needing to clarify his stance and address growing questions about whether the rematch with Manny Pacquiao will ultimately proceed as scheduled.
Of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Rechnitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy, his new financial advisor. Rechnitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Rechnitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told the judge. Sound familiar?
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may currently be experiencing financial pressure, with some analysts pointing to his new management team as a possible contributing factor, while noting that despite earning massive sums throughout his boxing career, sustaining a highly luxurious lifestyle can still place strain on long-term finances. Observers highlight that expenses tied to luxury real estate, high-end vehicles, private travel, and constant premium spending may have gradually increased financial burdens, and they argue that certain business and management decisions could have further complicated the situation instead of stabilizing it. Critics add that when spending habits remain elevated without strong financial planning or oversight, even substantial fortunes can become difficult to maintain over time.
But what was unheard of about it, Mayweather got to pick his own opponents and still get paid. Mayweather, the persona he cultivated, whether you like it or not, has sold tickets. He was a big draw. He was the top earning athlete 2012 to 2014. Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then after that he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get, so it's easy to get blinded, like, it's a lot of money, but if you...
Between 2012 and 2014, Floyd Mayweather Jr. emerged as one of the highest-earning athletes globally, with a dominant undefeated record and a larger-than-life public image that turned each appearance into a major sporting spectacle. His appeal went beyond boxing skill alone, as fans were drawn to the persona he built, making every bout a major entertainment event that consistently generated enormous ticket sales and record-breaking pay-per-view revenue, establishing him as a major financial powerhouse in sports. A clear example of this commercial success was his long-anticipated showdown with Manny Pacquiao, which stood as one of the most financially significant fights in boxing history.
Huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $15 million a year or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. Right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, So anyway, so Al Heyman is this. He's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays totally in his
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned roughly $100 million from that bout with Manny Pacquiao, although some analysts argue the total value he was set to receive could have approached $200 million when all revenue streams were included. This gap highlights how critical financial precision becomes at that level, where even small discrepancies in contracts, taxes, investments, or spending patterns can carry significant long-term consequences. Experts often emphasize that once earnings reach the hundreds of millions, every decision becomes high stakes, and a single miscalculation can have a major impact, making financial management just as important as performance inside the ring.
$500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took.
Despite reportedly earning well over $1 billion across his historic boxing career, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s overall financial situation is often described as being shaped by heavy long-term spending, potential gambling losses, and continuing tax responsibilities. While his income from blockbuster fights, endorsements, and exhibition events placed him among the wealthiest athletes globally, maintaining that level of wealth requires strict financial discipline and long-term planning. Analysts and reports frequently point to his extremely luxurious lifestyle, featuring high-end cars, expensive jewelry, private jets, and multimillion-dollar properties, as a key factor that may have reduced his net wealth over time. Alongside that, claims of substantial gambling losses have also circulated, raising further debate about how much of his earnings have actually been preserved. On top of these factors, reported tax issues and legal disputes are said to add additional financial pressure, since such obligations can grow quickly once penalties and interest begin to accumulate, especially at the scale of ultra-high earnings.
Real fight. He is in breach right now. He has to provide written confirmation by tomorrow that he has intent to cure it, and there's a certain amount of time because there's multiple breaches across the board. Mayweather said he and others have already reached out to Mayweather to correct the situation, so he's fully aware. The guy thinks he knows what he's doing every time, and when people try to reach out to him or give him advice, he always, I got this, I have it figured out. We definitely don't, because we don't have our next steps figured out, right? The fight is not canceled. Floyd is definitely in breach of his contract. There has been no request.
From the outset, the deal was reportedly structured with the intention of producing a fully sanctioned, competitive bout rather than an exhibition or promotional showcase. Based on the claims being circulated, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is now being viewed as potentially in breach of contract, with allegations that the originally agreed terms have not been carried out as promised. Those involved in the arrangement maintain that the commitments were clearly defined from the beginning, and any deviation from those terms is being treated as a serious contractual dispute. At this point, Mayweather has reportedly been requested to submit written confirmation by tomorrow indicating whether he will resolve the issue and proceed in line with the original agreement.
Not degrade or disrespect anyone involved in setting this up. Pacquiao, meanwhile, is miffed by Mayweather's backpedaling. Manny Pacquiao, I believe he's going to bite me. He's going to bite me. Manny Pacquiao is not happy. He's been looking forward to this rematch. Nobody ever got a contract, and Netflix stepping up as a media empire holds a lot of weight. It reassured Manny that this was real. They put a stamp on it. He's obviously displeased. He does want to fight Floyd. He does not want an exhibition. Has no interest in that because that was never part of their conversation. And asked if the fight would ever occur as an exhibition. The fight will not take place as a pure exhibition. Under the contract and terms and platform, we are partners.
This written response is being treated as a critical deadline, as it would formally indicate whether Floyd Mayweather Jr. intends to resolve the dispute and comply with the original terms of the agreement. Reports also suggest that multiple alleged breaches may already have occurred, which has increased the seriousness of the situation and intensified scrutiny from those involved. Key representatives and other parties connected to the deal have reportedly contacted Mayweather in an attempt to settle the matter before it escalates further, with their primary focus centered on restoring compliance through direct communication rather than allowing the disagreement to evolve into a larger legal or financial conflict.